Hey, happy campers!
This is Camp Counselors.
A good-natured podcast hosted by your favorite fake camp counselors, Zachariah and Jonathan.
Here at Camp Shady Birch, we love the great outdoors in theory.
But we'd much rather spend our time making friendship bracelets,
spreading camper gossip,
keeping our heads in the clouds,
and avoiding archery at all costs.
We know we would make great camp counselors, minus the fact that we know little to nothing about camping.
So grab your sunscreen and bug spray because things are about to get campy.
This is Camp Counselors.
Hey, happy campers! Happy Halloween! Ooh. We're dressed up today. If you're watching, if you're not watching, just know that your favorite camp counselors are in full costume. Jonathan, who are you dressed as today?
I am dressed as Fiona Good from American Horror Story Season 3, Coven.
That's a great character and a great season. Arguably the best season of the American Horror Story franchise.
I agree, and thank you. I was going to go for Nicole Kidman in Bewitched, and then I put the wig on. I said, "Are you Nicole Kidman me?"
Oh wait,
this is not the look.
You also could do Nicole Kidman in Practical Magic.
Yes, wow, she loves a witch.
She's a witchy girl. I love that.
A witchy woman, if you will.
Ooh.
And who are you dressed as?
My costume is a 2-for-1, guys. You know me, I like to have variety. So as you can see right now, I am dressed as Carrie Underwood, Southbound edition, with my my cowboy hat on. But if I take the hat off, you will see a blonde wig, and my shirt says, "What does the nanny do?" And if you know me, you know I'm obsessed with Sister Wives, which means I am a 2-for-1 Carrie Underwood / Christine Brown.
What does the nanny do?
So yeah, you get a 2-for-1 costume from me. I like variety. Sue me.
I really enjoy your costume. I think it's creative, and I love the 2-for. I feel like you could even be a 3-for.
Who would my third one be?
I almost said Chris Rock. Kid Rock.
No, I don't ever say that out loud again. No, I'm not Kid Rock. That's disgusting. Anyways, it's gonna be a really difficult challenge. You know, like wigs are hot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You wear wigs, so you know I don't, and I'm feeling the burn.
Yeah, and I can also feel like the lace on my forehead just irritating the shit out of it. And it's going to be hot and itchy, but we're going to get through this because it's Halloween. And if there's anything I taught you previously, campers, it's commit to your costume. Keep it on, no bitching. It's just for fun.
I was also going to wear a sweater, a turtleneck.
Yeah.
Can you imagine if I did that?
No, the black shirt's fine. It's giving.
It's giving something. So speaking of Halloween, you know, I started to reflect on my childhood and all of the fun costumes that I wore and, you know, digging through candy, getting cavities as you do. But you have a little piece of interesting information.
Yeah,
from your childhood.
I guess I didn't think it was that interesting, but my parents were super religious growing up, so they wouldn't let me and my brother dress up for Halloween. I didn't dress up for Halloween for the first time until I was like 13 at a friend's house.
That's sad.
It is, and he pulled out this ugly ass costume bucket, and he was like, "This is what we got left over from the years." And I was like a scary clown. And if you know me, come on, guys, I am never going to dress up as a clown voluntarily. It's just not my vibe.
That was the only thing that was in the bucket.
Well, there were some other things too, but I thought like that was the easiest to pull together, and I had a grand old time. And it's funny now because like I like love to dress up. It's part of my job now. It's like they were holding that back from me. Little did they know that I love drag and I love just the art of impersonation and I love costumes. So I do it a lot now.
Did you have like trick-or-treaters come to your house?
No.
In your neighborhood?
No, I lived in Westport, Massachusetts on Drift Road. It was like this very like isolated part of town. A lot of old people, not a lot of kids in that town.
Oh.
We never had trick-or-treaters ever. Like I don't think to this day I've ever opened my door and given a child candy.
Oh my God, that was like after I was too old to, you know, dress up and go around town in my costume. That was like my favorite part. I was like, oh my God, look at all the fun costumes. And I would, you know, get myself liquored up and then just throw candy at kids.
I actually used to go to my friend Rebecca's house. We would go to her house sometimes like in like later high school, and I would help her pass out candy because it's just like a part of life that you see on TV that if you live in a remote area or like a non-child friendly area, hey, you're not going to experience it. And I didn't experience it.
That's kind of crazy because my neighborhood growing up was always like packed with kids. So I had the very much, you know, the opening scene in Halloween Town where they're just kind of like going through the suburban streets. And then Marnie's mom was kind of like you couldn't go out on Halloween.
Yeah, well, that was that they had some reason for the trauma there. There was some witchcraft hiding in the family. My parents were trying to avoid me interacting with the devil on All Hallows Eve. But it's like, grow up, guys. I'm sorry, the devil does not exist in that bluey dog costume, okay? Like there's just fun going on outside, Mom. I think they like when I got older they've become a lot less religious, but I'm like, way to ruin my childhood for your choices. And to this day, I dress up as Jesus every Halloween. So if you see me on camp dressed as the good Lord, just say a little prayer and throw me a little Kit Kat.
Yeah, and that's your surefire way to get into heaven. That's your golden ticket.
Exactly. Dress up as a religious character, and then you've avoided all sort of issues with religion.
I like that.
Little tricks of the trade.
That's the story we're sticking to.
Are you dressing up this year for Halloween?
I don't really think I'm doing anything I'm going to my friend's birthday, but it's not like a Halloween thing. It's like a football thing. So I don't know. Maybe I'll dress up as a pigskin.
I think it'd be funny if you were the only person that showed up in costume and you were like kind of like bridging the gap the entire time, like we do with this show with like trying to make it camping themed. You're like, ooh, spooky, third and fourth.
It's funny, but the group of friends would be like, oh, okay, yeah, he showed up in a mini skirt and a tube top and like.
Yeah, you look really good right now. You should just wear this.
Thank you.
And
yeah, maybe
simple.
I will.
Yeah.
Last year, the same group of friends, we did a murder mystery for the same birthday. I was Velma from Scooby-Doo.
Yep.
And it was a time I wore a mini skirt and my balls were hanging out.
You looked great though last year. And you really put a lot of effort in. Remember the socks came in, they were the wrong color and you were panicking, but you ended up fixing it?
Yeah, the socks. These are the socks that I bought for the occasion. Yeah, because they were neon orange. And I was like, it didn't match the turtleneck. It didn't match the moment. But I pulled it together. But it was uncomfortable and everybody saw my candy bowl.
I love that. That's okay.
Do you want to share your little morning announcement?
I was hoping you would ask. Okay, so campers, listen up, everybody. Since I never got to really experience giving away candy as a child, if you come by the Camper Lodge at the east part of the campground, I will be giving out sugar-free Tums to all the campers. You're going to be consuming a lot of candy today, guys, and you want to make sure that your gut health is okay. This episode is sponsored by Tums. Feeling sick in the stomach? Having the runs?
Absolutely not.
Either way, guys, you can come and visit me at the cabin and I will tell you a little spooky tale and maybe we could bob for apples together.
It sounds hygienic.
Why are we not bobbing for apples more often?
It's not hygienic.
Well, listen, I'm not scared of COVID. I'm scared of lost memories. And that's why this year we will be doing a communal bob for apple in the river, okay? So make sure you're wearing your wetsuits and your wigs because things are gonna get spooky.
You're gonna have to chase after your apple if it's in a river.
Yeah, that's gonna be hard, guys. And the current has been bad this year.
The undertow.
We've already lost 3 campers.
Sad.
But if we call their parents, this was not for insurance reasons or neglect. It was just an act of God.
And that's what it was. Happy Halloween.
Happy Halloween.
Attention campers, please meet at the old flagpole under the tall pine for morning announcements.
All right, I'm taking the hat off because this is like really itching. I'm not lying. This is like a really itchy costume. I'm just gonna commit to being Christine Brown, guys. Carrie's out, Christine's in, like she should be.
Let me fix the little.
You wanna fix my wig?
The flyaways are crazy.
Well, no, don't push it in front of my face. Don't do that because it's gonna be so itchy. Just like let it be. Guys, my hair is a mess, but so is Christine Brown's life right now, and it's kind of representing her and her piece.
It's poetic.
Listen, do we have a little announcement?
Yes, we do. Attention campers, carabiners should be used for your keys, not as mock belly button piercings. Although I approve, we kindly ask all campers to be reminded of this. So thank you so much for respecting our rules.
Yeah, it's been a real issue. We've had a lot of calls from the nurse's station and she's running out of alcohol wipes. She's running out of Neosporin and she's running out of patience for you guys.
It keeps getting caught on branches, on bushes. People are swinging from them. So just don't use them as belly button piercings.
Can you imagine swinging from a tree by your belly button?
That makes me nauseous.
Well, it happened, guys. And I hate to tell you this, but this happened last night. And little Amanda Sufriano is going home in an ambulance today because of this. So please, guys, respect your bodies and respect your counselors.
Do you have a morning announcement?
I do, guys. So morning announcement. Here's a little update in the world you're missing while at Camp Shady Birch. This one's crazy. Are you ready for this? Protester accused of unleashing bee swarm on deputies to stop eviction. This was from the Washington Post, and this man named Jonathan Edwards wrote it. I'm going to give you the cliff notes and spare you the long, juicy details of it. So apparently this man in, I think it was Long Meadow, Massachusetts, which is like far Mass. I've never been there. It's like on the Connecticut border. This man owns this huge house. It's like a multi-million-dollar home, and it's somehow up for eviction. And there are these random protesters outside of the house. I don't know the connection of the protesters to the man, but they're protesting. So they clearly know this man. And while this is happening, the man who owns the house is at the courthouse, and he's trying to like contest it and be like, no, give me some more time or whatever. The cops are at the door, and all of a sudden, this blue Xterra pulls up in the driveway, and on the back of her Xterra, she's pulling like a trailer, and it has about like 4 or 5 of these like bee towers. What do you call those? Bee homes?
Beehive?
Beehives, but they're tall. And she gets out of the car, and she goes to the first beehive, and she starts shaking it, and the bees are getting angry. And the deputy sees this, and he's like, oh no, ma'am, stop shaking them bees. So he starts to walk over to her to stop her from doing it, and she opens the like lid of the beehive, and hundreds of these bees start swarming at the police. And then she goes as far as to knock one completely over to block the doorway of the home. So there's all these protesters, there's bees flying everywhere, the cops are screaming, they're getting stung, and some of the police are actually allergic to bees.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, so after about 20 minutes of these bees swarming and attacking everybody in a mile radius of this home, the cops they end up like getting to her, and they throw her on the ground and they arrest her. And then it gets pretty crazy. So like the cops are like, like some of these people are allergic here to the woman, right? And she's on the ground, and she looks up and she goes, oh, you're allergic? Good.
Direct quote
From the woman. So they end up arresting her. They bring her to the women's jail. Female only, guys. And then they end up releasing her like on bail. They're like, you're not gonna do this again. And she's like, no, I'm not gonna do it again.
I promise. I pinky promise.
I swear she didn't even get in trouble for it. Like, that is so harsh. And we don't even know why. We don't even know the connection of her, but they did do some digging on the woman, and she went through a similar issue in 2018.
With bees?
Not with bees, but with like an eviction issue.
Oh.
But it was crazy. As soon as the bees started getting wild up, she went to the back of her car and she put a beekeeper suit on. She's like,
smart.
There's
so
photos.
This isn't her first time at this
rodeo. She's definitely a professional beekeeper of some sort. I never knew that you could use bees as a weapon. It feels very Hunger Games-esque.
It does.
I'm obsessed because she's like, listen, you can't fault me. They really did. They didn't even charge her anything.
I have some questions. What about the protesters? Did they get swarmed?
Everyone that was around definitely got attacked. I feel like the police got the brunt of it because they were like in the driveway and the protesters were like in the cul-de-sac.
Additional question. I don't know if you know the answer. The protesters, yes. Were they protesting against the police evicting this guy or against the guy?
They're protesting against the eviction. So who is this man?
Who is he?
We don't know. They're not giving us any information about what his connection to the protesters.
Is it a cult?
I don't know, but they have to know him enough for them to show up and be like, hey, this girl showed up in an Xterra with a bunch of bees. And
where did she get them?
Listen, no one has access to a beekeeper suit unless this is like a lovely little hobby.
Craigslist is weird. She could have got it from someone there.
Yeah. So she had a trailer, she had her bees, and she had her little suit on, and she had a motive. I'm surprised she didn't get in more trouble for this.
Me too, honestly.
One guy had to go to the hospital, but he was fine.
Okay, well, good.
Yeah. And I guess some people are more, I think everybody's allergic to a bee sting, right? But I think some people, it's a lot more serious.
Yeah.
And a couple of the staff, it's so funny. They ended up like, some of the cops went inside the house and are like hiding in the house, which I'm like, is that illegal then? Do they have entry access?
Yeah, I think that is illegal.
They're like, oh my God, it's open. We're going inside.
You know what you got to find a body of water and jump in it. The bees can't swim. People know that.
Yeah. So I don't know if there was a retention pond at the end of this cul-de-sac, but that woman is crazy. Her name is so fierce too. Can I tell it to you?
Yeah.
Hold on. It's, Rory Woods.
I love that.
55.
It's very Gilmore Girls.
I know. And I'm like, was she in love with this man? But that doesn't also, I don't understand who all these protesters are. Guys, this is breaking news. I'm letting you guys know. I'm going to drive up today to Long Meadow, Massachusetts. And I'm going to stand in this costume and demand questions and answers for me and the bees. Hey guys, save the bees and then set them on the police.
Yeah. Sounds like a sticky situation.
Oh, I was going to say caught in some hot water, but that doesn't really make sense. What's a pun that has something to do with a sting? Oh, looks like that news stung.
I like that. We'll go with that.
Guys, we're going to work on it, but that's my morning announcement today. So if you see any bees around cabin 19, just know that cabin 19 is full of hives and we are making honey for the community and for the campers. So if you love a little honey in your tea, you can thank the bees.
In apartment 23.
In apartment 23. Oh, wait, that's my morning announcement. What do you have?
I love that. It's a bee cult. That's all I'm saying.
Do you have a little news for the campers today?
I do. So this article comes from Ben Hooper at UPI.com. So basically what happened was there was a flight that was going from Tampa to Newark, New Jersey, which you just landed in the day before this story happened. And the flight lands and there's a snake on the plane.
I've had it with these goddamn snakes on this goddamn plane.
Listen, so they confirmed it was in fact a snake, but they said it was harmless. They called everybody. They called like the New York Police Department, the New Jersey Police Department, and like the
Animal
zoologists.
Control. Yeah,
I don't know. And they came and they were like, hey, it was in fact in business class. So it was, flying economy.
Oh my God, so it wasn't in the luggage area, it was in the plane?
It was in the plane.
In the cabin.
Yeah, it was on the, like, people were like, hey, that's a snake. It was probably going to the bathroom.
Yeah. Oh my God, looking for a little bag of peanuts.
Yeah, but they set it loose outside of the plane.
I'm sorry, do you know what airline it was?
This was United Airlines.
You know what? United has really been slipping lately.
That's why we fly Delta.
That's why we fly Delta, because United used to be the top of their game, and now they're letting snakes on the plane. And that's not okay. That was in someone's carry-on.
Yeah, how did it get on? They said it was like a little garden snake, a garter. That's not a garden snake.
Yeah, so clearly, no, but there's no way that was an accident. Someone knew what they were doing. It was so this is what happened. It was in someone's personal item, because the carry-on's above, personal item below. So it was in like a little backpack or something, and it got out. There's no way. It just like the person that it came on their bag that they never noticed.
Well, also, maybe the snake had a ticket. We don't think about that. He just had his little luggage.
Yeah.
See his little arm. He's like rolling a little thing of luggage through TSA.
Is this the start of a Pixar movie?
Oh, how cute. And then, so then he gets thrown off the plane. He has nowhere to go. His family's all the way back in Tampa. And he's lost in Newark, New Jersey. It's cold here. It's chilly. He's probably dead by now.
Oh,
this was Monday.
Yeah. Yeah, he's definitely not going to make it. It's been nippy.
Yeah, so I originally thought, that Samuel L. Jackson was really going out of his way to promote the fact that Snakes on a Plane is now on Amazon Freevee, formerly known as IMDb TV. And then, my second thought was like, maybe the snake just had a little ticket. And I think that's the cutest idea that I can go with. So I'm going to go with that one.
Oh, wait, so I flew in the day before or the day after?
The day before.
Oh, okay, because the day before it was pouring rain, and I hate to think of that little snake in the rain.
Wait, no, I picked you up on Monday.
Yes.
This was the day that you flew in.
It was Monday?
This was Monday during the day, and I picked you up Monday night.
Oh my God, so they threw that little snake out in the rain.
Yeah, he drowned.
Oh no, he didn't drown. I can just picture him under an airplane hangar, and he's out of the rain, and he's looking around, and he's going, Mama, Mama, Papa, I miss you, Tampa babies. I miss you. And now he slithered his way all the way through the Holland Tunnel, very elf style, and he's currently staying at the Macy's. And he's like doodly-doo, and he's like cutting little snowflakes out, and he's like tasting the perfume samples. Snake's Big Escape. He's honestly living his life in New York right now.
It reminds me of 50 Goes West. I love that.
But 50 goes northeast. What should we name him?
Ethan.
Ethan's Big Apple.
Ethan in the Big Apple.
Ethan in the Big Apple, coming to Freewee, formerly IMDb TV, this summer.
Wait, he's not even in the Big Apple. He's in New Jersey.
Yeah, but he's not far. He can take the Holland Tunnel. We got there pretty quickly.
You're right. You already said that. He's at the Macy's. I'm sorry.
Yeah, he slit their throat. You're
so right.
Okay, well, congrats, Ethan. And I'm glad they didn't kill you. And for the people on that plane, that isn't traumatic. I would freak out if there was a plane. There was like a snake under my feet.
How did it go through TSA? I feel like they do like such a crazy job of like patting people down. The one time we were in TSA, embarrassing story, they pulled out my enema.
They pulled out your enema and
they waved it around and they said, "What's this?"
Well, there was a little bit of liquid in it left, and you should have given it a full rinsey dinsey. But you know what? This snake was probably in someone's front pocket, and they said, "Damn good Lord, that man is packing." But in reality, he was packing venom. That was a snake not his extra large third arm. Okay, guys? So the snake was actually, that's how he got through the metal detector. Honestly, the person probably had pre-check. They were just looking for metal. They were not giving him a full body scan.
It may have also been an accident.
How?
Maybe, when you're loading the back of the minivan and your luggage is like a little open and it's in the garden.
Yeah, but how did the snake just casually what it was just like taking a little nap in the knapsack?
Maybe.
And then he woke up. He's like, "Oh damn, I'm on a plane. I'm hungry to pee."
Yeah, he had to. Oh, and then he would have had to unzip it from the inside, which is difficult to do.
Yeah, he's not in molting season.
Hey, it's a mystery, but I hope he's doing well out there, Ethan.
Campers, we're gonna try to get Ethan on the show, and we're gonna have him tell his story. We're in competition right now with Caller Daddy. She's also looking for the rights to the story, but I think our competitive edge is that Ethan is a gay snake, and we are gay, so I think LGBTQS, S stands for snake, stick together. So Ethan, if you're out there and you're listening to this podcast, we would love to give you the opportunity to set the record straight.
This is a safe space for you.
This is a safe space for you. I'm so sorry with that joke. Anyways, that's enough of that.
Get out of the water and onto the dock. You're not going to believe what I just heard.
Are you ready for Gossip Doc?
I'm ready for Gossip Doc.
Guys, this one's a really good one today. And I know we always say that, but hey, they're always really good.
You guys are stepping it up and we love it. For
yeah.
those who don't know, this is the part of the show where you guys send in a little something like a secret or something to gossip about. And today we just have like a crazy story.
Yeah, and I kind of like that. If you just have a crazy story that you want to share, like go by all means, just share a little ditty.
Yeah.
And this one is certainly a big ditty.
I'm
going to get right into it. The subject for the email read, "Don't, I repeat, do not teach your campers the art of log throwing," which is a real concern because we were planning on doing log throwing next summer when we were going to add that. We
didn't finish the meeting yet.
Yeah,
so it's in talks.
It's in our journal entries of dream camp dreams. And
we're going to rip that page right out.
Yeah, we're going to rip it right out after this story. So buckle in, babies. Good morning, my Gorgina boyfriend. So I've been listening to your podcast, absolutely obsessed. Might fuck around and become a Girl Scout. Who knows?
Okay.
Anyway, I immediately thought of this story from college that would just fit so beautifully into your podcast and could also be a warning to not teach your campers the art of log throwing. I'm going to give all of my friends fake names. 1, to make it more fun, and 2, because we have careers and shit, I like that. Always change the names around, guys.
Please.
Background story. It's our senior year of college. 6 girls total live in our house. 3 upstairs, 3 downstairs. The night these criminal offenses took place, we were absolutely bombed. Pictures to the face, you know the vibes. Okay.
I know the vibes all too well.
6 college girls living in a house together, and they are obliterated. Here we go, guys. Let the story commence. 5 out of 6 roommates went to the bar, and these are the names she gives the roommates: Judas, Jezebel, Nicorette, Tiana, and Marjorie. Marjorie?
Marjorie?
Marjorie? It's Marjorie. We're going to say Marjorie. Marjorie. L'Oreal stayed home. L'Oreal Paris always stays home because she is a legacy brand, and that girl knows how to keep it compact in her compact. Anyways, Judas decides to leave the bar a little early with a boy named Chance. Judas walks home with Chance, brings him into our Gorgina home and upstairs to her room. Judas quickly realizes that Chance is a freak, but luckily the rest of the roommates are arriving at home. Judas relays a message to Jezebel that she does not want Chance here and he needs to leave. But Chance did not want to leave. But you see, Jezebel does not fuck around, and she dragged Chance down the stairs and literally kicked him out of the house. That's a good friend.
Get you a friend like Jezebel.
Yeah, because she was like, listen, you can't handle this. This man needs to go. You don't want him here. I'll pull him out myself. So thank you so much to Jezebel because she handled this. Also, this man Chance rode a fucking bike to the bar and brought it to our house. We went to school in rural upstate New York. People don't ride bikes here like that. It's a huge red flag, and that went right over blackout Judas's head. We locked the doors, and the 4 of the 6 roommates head upstairs to smoke some weed and laugh about the events that just occurred. They think the night's over. They're like, how crazy is Chance? We got him out of the house. They're celebrating.
And Chance is like, no chance. This is not over.
Yeah, Chance said, no chance. This is not over. The 2 other roommates are each downstairs in their rooms, L'Oreal and Marjorie. Marjorie's boyfriend is also here in her downstairs room. The 4 roommates upstairs, Judas, Jezebel, Nicorette, and Tiana, are making quite a bit of noise, and L'Oreal leaves her downstairs room and comes up to tell us to quiet down a little bit. And then not even 30 seconds later, Marjorie's boyfriend, who was in her room, comes upstairs running like, did you guys hear that noise? And all the girls are like, no. What noise? So they run back downstairs to L'Oreal's room and they find a log. A 45-pound log has been thrown through her window. The window is not open, you guys. It's a glass window. Chance threw a log through L'Oreal's window onto her floor. And this happened the moment that L'Oreal left her room to be like, girls, shut up. I'm trying to go to sleep. So had L'Oreal been laying in her bed, this log would have hit her.
That is terrifying because that literally could kill you.
Yeah. So L'Oreal almost died that night, but luckily
they're still in business.
Yeah. Luckily the girls are still a girl gang and they're still in business. So eventually, like after they figure out like what had happened, they called the police and the daddies pulled up hot. They were like, who did this? And we're like, that motherfucker Chance did. He later admitted to it, got kicked out of college, and the roommates lived happily ever after. And they love to like sit back and like just look at that story and like just laugh their asses off it. And I think it's amazing. And she signed it off as XOXOXO 9PI. So I don't know what that means, but
it's probably like their secret code.
Maybe like their like address or like,
yeah.
I don't know.
Oh yeah, I love that.
I don't know. I love it though.
This email was sent to us with a photo. So just a reminder, you can watch these full episodes on YouTube and I will be putting them in along with a video. Right?
Yeah, so the video's from the inside of the house that night and then they have a video from the Snapchat the next morning and it's like daylight out and you can see just how shattered the window is. Like full log, guys, through the full window.
And also, I wonder if it like bounced off the bed because where it landed was like next to the bed.
Oh yeah, I'm sure that's what happened. It like probably like hit the bed and then fell to the floor. It was a giant log.
My question is, they said he was a freak. I'm wondering what kind of freak.
Well, I don't know. I've come home with some people and thought it was going to be something special, and it certainly wasn't. Have you ever like hung out with a guy and thought it was going to be good, and then like you're in it and you're like, okay, SOS, please someone help me, get me the fuck out of here.
Yes, yeah, absolutely.
Guys, I tell this story all the time and I'm going to retell it on this podcast.
Oh God.
When I was a freshman in college, there was a guy at my college who was, what do you call the people who are the camp counselors of colleges? For freshmen, no. He wasn't a RA.
Oh.
He was like an orientation leader.
Okay.
So I was like, had the hots for my orientation leader and I was like just feeling funky and fresh and free. I like left my high school boyfriend. He actually broke up with me. Long story on that one as well. And I was like, oh my God, this guy is so cute. I'm really into him. So I was like pursuing him for like the majority of my freshman year. And then he finally gave in and he was like, oh, do you want to hang out? And I was like, yeah, I'll come hang out. And he lived off campus. So we get to his house and I think I'm into this guy. All I know him is like from just like the campus quad. And we're hooking up in his bed or whatever. And it's like all fun. And then he's on top of me and he puts his hand on my chest and gives me a little growl.
Can you demonstrate?
I'm going to say that again for you guys. This man that I'm hooking up with is on top of me. He puts his palm on my chest and he goes, guys, I'm not joking, guys. I swear to God. I start to panic. I'm like, this cannot be happening right now. I'm going to ignore this because like, I can't acknowledge that this man just made this active choice. And then 2 minutes later, he does it again. He gives me another tiger crawl, a tiger growl. He's just, and at that point, guys, I literally stood up and said, I don't feel good. I have to leave. And he knew he did something wrong, but there was no way out of this at this point. I had to be blunt about it. And I was like, this is uncomfortable for me. I never spoke to him again. I know his name. I looked up him on Facebook like a year or two ago just to see like what he looked like. He still looks the same. Unfortunately, I believe he is still single, and maybe it's because he's doing that growling bit.
Yeah, maybe we'll put a picture of him right here on the video.
No, we will not. But guys, I don't know if you've ever been in a similar situation where someone has prowled and growled at you in the bedroom. But no, baby. I don't know what fantasy this is, but this is not that.
This is not Tony the Tiger.
Can you do a little growl for me? I'll tell you if it's real. like that guy's that. So that was my chance.
Wow. Well, I'm glad you got yourself out of that one, and now you've got this pretty little tiger.
Yeah. And babe, if you ever growl at me in the bedroom, I will put my pants on and sleep in the car.
Perfect.
Grab your bug juice and bear spray, campers. It's time to pack it up and take a hike.
Welcome to Take a Hike. This is the part of the show where we talk about what's been grinding our gears. We complain a little, we bitch a little, and we tell that thing to take a hike.
Get the hell out of here.
So for mine, I have to set up the little story, a little prerequisite for you. a couple days ago, we went to go see Noah Cyrus. So it was you, me, and our friend Gab, and we got our VIP tickets, and we go in. She performs for a small group of us, and then before she walks off stage, she looks at Zachariah, and what does she say?
She looked at me right after this small, intimate, 3-performance song for 100 people. I'm sitting right at the front. I'm wearing my Mickey Mouse extra large t-shirt and a long sleeve white shirt underneath that. And she looks at me and she goes, "Nice sweater." And I was like, "I'm not wearing a sweater, I'm wearing a shirt." And I'm like panicking. I'm like, there's no way she's talking to me right now. Why would she talk to me right now? And then she put her hand over her like eyes to like block the light out from the stage. And she goes, "Oh, I'm sorry, shirt." And then I knew it was me.
And then she said, "I love your shirt."
Yeah. And then I panicked. I was like, thank you. And I just feel like I really messed that moment up because I have loved Noah Cyrus so many years and I've been waiting for this tour for so many years. And I feel like I had this really special moment with her that I kind of choked at, but I do have the moment. Like it still happened regardless. I just wish I would have said anything more than thank you.
And that is how it came out.
And then I like turned and I was like, she just spoke to me. Like,
I know.
Oh my God. And I did look fierce.
You did. But also here's a little bit of a funny thing is someone DM'd you asking why on earth you would wear that to a Noah Cyrus concert.
Some girl sent me a voice memo and she was like, "Zach, why the hell are you wearing a goofy t-shirt to a Noah Cyrus conference?" And then she was like, "The only goof here is you." And I'm like, guys, I know we can all play games with each other, but like, you don't have to come out and just like attack me like that. But whatever. Yeah. It's a part of the game I play with social media. But it was just really funny that I read that. I listened to that before she came on. I felt stupid about my outfit because everyone was wearing black and like neutral colors and I was sticking out like a sore thumb. And then for the star of the show to congratulate me and say, "I like your fit." Honestly, big F you to people who don't understand my fashion because Noah does.
She does, and she loved it. So then, anyway, she performed, and it was fantastic.
It was a great show.
And we were just like vibing. Mm-hmm. And I took like a couple pictures while she was performing at the VIP thing, and then I didn't really take any for the rest of it. So all of this to say, my take a hike is when people decide to put the entirety of a live concert on their Instagram stories or Snapchat. And it's cool if you do one or two, you're posting pictures, we see who you're performing, and maybe it's a good performance. I don't want to see a blurry visual of Charlie Puth singing "We Don't Talk Anymore" while you're drunkenly screaming into the mic. In fact, that's why we don't talk anymore, because I blocked you due to that. Ticketmaster doesn't approve, I don't approve, and you look stupid.
I agree. But I will say this. When I'm in the moment and I want to share with the world, I'm not thinking about the greater good here. I'm thinking about my own good here. And I think if you want to share that, share what you want to share. Know that you're pissing people off, but just be okay with that at the end of the day. Like, it's obnoxious, but have I done it before? Yeah. I'm guilty of the charge. Lock me up and throw me in the river and see if I sink or swim. Because I'm a witch, and a witch will do what a witch will do, and she will post on her story the whole concert. I posted a couple times.
And you also, like, we were listening back to it yesterday, and it was literally just like us screaming behind the camera. Yeah,
I can't help it. If I'm going to a concert, I'm going to sing at the top of my lungs. And if you're annoyed by that, step away from me. Step away.
It was so good, though. That was such a good show.
Good.
I cried both eyes, tears streaming down my face.
I actually didn't cry. I was just like so in the vibes of it all. I did not cry. I'm surprised.
I did a Loretta song. That was what took me down.
And guys, her music is on our camper playlist. So if you want to get into the vibes, it is available on Spotify and YouTube.
And unfortunately, as of right now, we cannot get it on Apple Music. We have been asked, but I'm sorry, we cannot do that right now. Yeah. Maybe we'll figure it out, but I can't promise it. But if you don't have Spotify, you can listen to it on YouTube.
No, but I agree. That's a good grinding gears because it's like, I think people just don't care. They're like, "Oh, I'm here. I'm having fun. Get over it." You know what I mean?
Yeah. My brother is the biggest. He'll do the entire show. I know when Blink-182 comes, he's going to do it just to spite me. He never posts on Instagram, but if he goes to a show, you'll know about it. So what's your take a hike?
My take a hike this week is when I show somebody a show that I really care about and I'm sitting in the same room with them and they're on their phone and they're not paying attention to the show. I care about TV so much. It's so weird. I have this connection with shows that I love and I could talk about them all day long. But when I show you this show, please give me the respect in putting your phone down and giving it a chance, because we are on minute 3, Jonathan, of The White Lotus, and you're on your phone. You're on your phone when the introductory characters are being announced and you're on your explore page. You're on your explore page. To me, that is so disrespectful and it hurts. It hurts. And I'm going to give you a minute to plead your case, but I just want you to say before you defend yourself that even though I have no credit in the show, I somehow feel connected to this cast. I somehow feel a part of their triumphs and tribulations. And I just want you to know that it hurts that you're not paying attention to it. It's like my kids. They're my kids.
Well, first, I'm not going to plead my case. I'm going to apologize.
No, you don't do
I'm sorry. I'm begging for forgiveness.
Mm-hmm.
But in my defense, I did take my 30 milligram Adderall that day. And if my brain isn't stimulated enough, I need to do something. Why do you think I'm cross-stitching?
I don't know. Yeah, you are cross-stitching, and it's coming out so good, guys. We're going to hang them on the wall. We're going to do a new set next week, guys. Don't worry. It's going to be a whole new vibe. But I will just say, apology accepted. I just know you would love it, and it hurts my feelings when you're missing, like, these... There's, like, these really great moments that, like, get tied up at the very end, and I'm like, and I know it's happening, and I'm, like, gleaming at you, like, oh, my God, he's going to know. And I look at you, and you're looking at, like, oil paintings of, like, dogs. It's like, babe... Come on here. This is good.
All right, we'll rewatch it.
Yeah,
I'll leave my phone upstairs.
And it's not just you. It's everybody when you show them a movie or a song, and it hurts because these become part of our lives. And when people don't like them the way that you like them, it makes me sad.
We won't do it on a day where I took Adderall because I struggle to sit through something long without
I don't
doing
make
work.
you watch Sister Wives, okay? I know that's a lot for you. I'm not going to ask you to catch up on 17 seasons with me. But for a 6-episode miniseries such as White Lotus, who, by the way, their marketing team just asked me if I wanted a PR package for season 2.
Wow.
I wonder if someone heard in the podcast that I mentioned Jennifer Coolidge.
Maybe.
I'm sure that's not what happened, but you need to prep for season 2. It comes out very soon.
All right. Well, good thing I'm taking PrEP.
Mm-hmm. Guys, if you're looking for PrEP or birth control, the infirmary does not have ability to give that to you, but we do have a local Dwayne Reed down the road.
Maybe we'll give them out on Halloween.
Oh my God. PrEP, birth
and
control,
plan B.
even summer leave. We have all your treats for you. Solve your medical needs.
That was...
I know. I am a songstress. I am a siren. I am a songbird of a generation lost to the sea.
Taylor Swift Midnights is quaking.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think the new counselor likes the top bunk or the bottom bunk? Over.
Either way, I'm giving them my boondoggle keychain. Over. Camper crush of the week.
Who do you want to crush on right now? Listen, I'm always crushing, and so are you. So go first. Who are you crushing on?
So my camper crush of the week, I feel like is a Halloween classic.
Who?
Heidi Klum.
Oh my God, such a good one for the Halloween episode. She's so good.
She, if you don't know, you need to know. Heidi Klum always throws these like extravagant Halloween parties. Or she'll show up somewhere, or 2021 last year, she just made like a 7 or 8 minute video to make up for like not having something in 2020. And she just wears these crazy costumes. She gets so into it. She's been Fiona from Shrek, killed that one. My personal favorite, Jessica Rabbit.
I was gonna say that's my favorite too.
The old lady.
Mm-hmm.
What else was she?
She did this like one word when she was like just the muscles of the body.
Yeah. Yeah, oh my God, she kills it. And I just love, I mean, that is all out, but I just think she just does such a great job.
She's my favorite celebrity to look for Halloween. I also love every year, hey, it's my gay side. I love to see what Neil Patrick Harris and his husband do every year with the kids.
Cute.
They're so cute every year. It's always a couple family costume. It's very fun every year. But Heidi's the queen of Halloween. She always has been.
And you know what else? Like, we're recording this a little bit early for Halloween, so there really isn't much out right now of people and their costumes. Like, I really couldn't find any celebrities' costumes. So by the time this comes out, they probably had some hits. But until said time, you know, Heidi Klum is my crush of the week.
I'm sure Heidi is not gonna do us wrong.
Yeah, probably not.
I'm just gonna be great. Let's put some guesses out there. Let's put some feelers down. I think she's gonna dress up as the world's largest osprey, and she's going to be raising awareness for the watershed alliances. And the what is it called? Where the crawdad sings? What's that called?
A book?
No, like what's that? Like the marsh.
The marsh.
She's raising money for the marshes this year, guys. So she'll dress up as an osprey. It's a large bird with a large wingspan. Well, if you're a part of our bird watching group, leaving on Saturdays and alternating Tuesdays, we will be looking at the lovely osprey nest built out in the marsh near the campground at 6 a.m. campers.
6 a.m. on the nose. I have no idea what she would dress up as.
We'll just throw a guess out there.
Maybe she'll dress up as Emrata's Dakatat.
Ooh, that would be really hard. It'd have to be kind of some sort of Rubik's Cube Transformers moment. Maybe a large espresso martini.
Oh, that could be good with 3. You know, an espresso martini, you told me this. An espresso martini is good as when they have the 3
beans.
3 beans in it.
If you're going to get a good espresso martini, right? There needs to be the fundamental ingredient espresso around, okay? So if you're going to a place that doesn't have an espresso machine, it's not going to be good. And you can usually tell the ones that don't have espresso machines because they don't have the beans on. They're using some sort of coffee concentrate. I'm not interested. Get that out of my face. If it has the 3 beans, it's good for me.
Amen.
And that. Oh, can I tell you who my crush of the week is?
Yeah, please.
My crush of the week is a little actress named Sarah Snook. Have you ever heard of her?
I have not.
Sarah Snook plays Shiv Roy on the show Succession, which just started its season 2 on HBO. Succession is a show about this ultra-rich family who works in the media industry, and it's all about like who's taking over the business. And there's 4 adult kids. She's the only daughter in the show, and I am just obsessed with this girl. The writing on that show is impeccable. The way she delivers her lines, she's so mischievous. She's like kind of the one that leaves the family to like do something else. Like she's not interested in the wealth, but things are taking a turn in season 2, and I've never seen her in anything else. She's done some other stuff, I just haven't seen it, and I love her. She's got this like strawberry blonde straight bob, and she's fierce, and her name is Shiv Roy in it. Yeah, Sarah Snook. So she's not, and I looked on IMDb, she is not related to Tom Nook. So if you made that connection, she is not related to that nasty little Nook on Animal Crossing.
Always looking for bells.
She's fierce though. I want you to watch that show, but I know you're not going to like it.
Why would I not like it?
You don't like shows like that. You never have. You've never watched a show like that. I've never seen you watch a show like that. I know you'll like White Lotus, and that's why it hurt when you didn't watch it. Because I'm like, I love shows that I know you won't like, and I don't even try. I try on the shows I know you'll like.
Okay, deal. I'll watch White Lotus with you, and anytime you're watching Succession, I'll take a hike.
Sounds like a plan.
Okay. But wow, a strawberry blonde.
Yeah, strawberry blonde. And I was thinking to myself, I don't have a strawberry blonde wig. And I'm missing that color theme.
I don't know if I know what strawberry blonde looks like.
It's a blonde with a reddish tint. Honestly, sometimes your beard gives me strawberry blonde vibes.
Okay.
Actually, your beard is more auburn. I don't know why I'm saying that.
Yeah.
It's like a light blonde that has that little like, red undertone.
When the sun hits it just right.
She's a ginger. She's always been a ginger.
Well, I think that wig is a little...
No, that's brass.
Yeah.
This was giving brass.
Sorry, I'm a fucking idiot.
Yeah, this is definitely brassy. This is not strawberry blonde.
Yeah, sorry. I didn't know about L'Oreal Paris.
Listen, I love her so much. And if you're watching Succession, you already know. What song's been stuck in your head all week? Welcome to Camp Songs.
Camp songs. What songs have we been listening to this week? Well, today we've been binge listening to Taylor Swift's new album, but I'm going to have to listen to it a couple times before I select one. So sticking with a Halloween theme. It's not exactly a Halloween song, but my camp song is Ghost by Ella Henderson, which if you haven't heard it, you've definitely heard it. It's yeah, it's from a couple years ago. I keep going to the river to pray because I need something that can wash all the pain, and I know. Okay, so Niall Horan, his song Slow Hands, the exact same song.
I disagree.
I agree.
I feel like Niall Horan is like, it doesn't build. The L song, that song builds.
I wish that I could play it for you guys. You guys are going to have to do your own investigation because for copyright reasons, but I wish I could play them at the same time. There's that one part where she goes, at most, and he does the same build in his song.
Well, it's not that complex of a music arrangement here.
No, it's not. But when you play them like back to back, it is just, and I love Niall. I love that song. But it is suspicious.
Who's his first?
Ella Henderson's. Oh, by a couple of years.
So we'll see the lawsuit come out soon, guys, and we'll talk about it.
Yeah.
On morning announcements.
We'll talk about.
If you call that, wow, that'd be so crazy.
No, I don't think it will, because and nobody was talking about it.
Well, you're talking about it.
Nobody was talking about it. I tried to make it public on Snapchat. That's when it came out, and that's why I'm the whistleblower on this one. Now, you got away with breaking up, no doubt. What was it? One Direction, and you're not going to get away with this one.
You're not going to get away with this one, Niall. He's actually going to be the new judge, one of the judges on The Voice. Did you hear about that?
You know what? I used to shit on him so much
Why?
from One Direction because I thought he was the least cutest.
That is so bizarre. He's not the least cute at all. I put him at a hard 3. Right in the middle.
I think he is one of the most talented that came out of that
Who
group.
is your
the
least,
second talented?
Who is your least favorite?
Louis.
Yeah, Louis. It's okay. We can. What would we be protecting Louis?
And you
on
know
this?
what? Honestly, Liam is kind of an asshole, but
I
Liam,
honestly think Liam's an asshole too. I'm finding him for the bottom. Liam's an asshole.
He came out in an interview and he was saying a lot of shit he didn't need to say, but he was my favorite because I thought he was the cutest.
Well, listen to this. It was always Harry first, Zayn second. Harry's, I think, is kind of a dick too. I don't know. I don't think we know guys enough about him right now. Mm-hmm. I think things are going to come out, and I don't think we're going to like him long term.
What's in that salad dressing?
Exactly. So I feel like Harry, I'm kind of pushing back from him. Zayn, weird things happened. I don't know if it was true. I don't think it was true what happened with Gigi's mom. So so Liam, so Niall has skyrocketed to number 1 for me. The least problematic. He's sweet. He's got a very gentle face.
Yeah, kissable
so
lips.
He's going to be on The Voice with Kelly.
CeeLo Green.
No. Blake's doing one more, I think.
Is
Adam's
he not on
out.
it anymore?
Adam's out.
Oh, Adam needs to go out.
Adam's out because
take a hike.
There's someone else too, guys. We'll have to do the full recap when we figure out what the cast is. But yeah.
I love CeeLo Green too.
Yeah, but babe, I'm telling you, CeeLo has not been a part of The Voice since 2016.
I just want to hug him.
I don't know. I haven't really thought about him in a long time.
I think about him a lot.
Well, maybe next week you can pick him for your camp song.
So anyway, Niall, maybe he won't be on that stage if he does get a lawsuit. Who knows?
Yeah, well, guys, stay tuned for that one.
So what's your camp song?
You were like, hey, make it spooky songs. And I was like, okay. He's like, just make the name spooky for Halloween references. And I was like, okay, great idea. So I thought of the song, we kind of thought of it together. Zombie by the Cranberries. My parents loved the Cranberries growing up. We were in a very Norah Jones, Cranberry, Sheryl Crow household. Those vibes make sense. You understand Alanis Morissette.
Yeah.
So the Cranberries was always being played in my house. And so I knew Zombie growing up. And I think it's really funny to see how popular it is now. Maybe like the whole world was listening. I thought it was kind of like a little thing for just me and the fam. But it's not. And I just like love it. It's haunting. It's arresting. She passed away.
She did.
Yeah.
A couple years ago.
They're Irish.
Yeah.
They're Irish. Did you know that?
No.
There was connections to other things too. I shouldn't speak about it. But she was Irish. A Gaelic girl. And I'll sing a couple bars for you just because I love the way I sing it.
Go ahead.
All right. What's in your head? In your head, zombie, zombie, zombie. Oh, 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 oh. Sorry.
That was beautiful.
Thank you. I love a yodel.
Yeah.
I love a folk song. I love a yodel.
You know who was a yodeler before she was famous?
Who?
Jewel.
Of course. Who will save your soul?
That is a great song. That's a great album.
Yeah, I've always gravitated towards these arresting individuals who haunt me with their vocals. She's a siren. She's a certified Irish siren.
Oh, wait. That's a really great way of putting it.
What?
She's a certified Irish siren.
Yeah, she is because, oh my God. Gone too soon, though. What other Cranberry songs do you like?
Why Dreams.
Dream.
That, I feel like, was an anthem of my childhood. And I swear to God, it was in the Babysitter's Club movie. But every time I look it up, it wasn't in that movie at all. Maybe I just correlate that with something because I was like real young, but I love that song.
I made a video once doing a wig skit about like a couple that like snuck through the window and he was like, I'll always love you. And she's like, get the hell out of here because she was like the artsy girl. And then he like leaves the window and the background song that's playing is Dream. It just gives me very like nostalgic 90s, like coming of age. And maybe her whole vibe is, I love her. Oh my God. So Zombie, guys, listen to Zombie by the Cranberries and
Ghost by Ella Henderson. And also, while you're at it, Slow Hands by Niall Horan. Maybe I'll throw that in there too.
Hey,
is that a scandal? I'm going to throw it in the list too.
And maybe some Jewel just to get your some yodeling.
Yeah. Okay. The playlist is packed and we linked it below for you.
Yep, those are our camp songs.
Scary stories around the campfire.
Welcome to Scary Stories Around the Campfire. This is the part of the show where people send things in. Commonly, they have been fecal related. This one is not, so we're glad. But if you have a scary story, which could be either actually terrifying or very embarrassing that you would consider scary, you can send it on into us either on Instagram DMs. We are at Camp Counselors Pod or campcounselorspod@gmail.com. So this listener wrote in. It's a Halloween themed one too. So, and we didn't even ask for a Halloween themed one. So this worked out. Mm-hmm. But I think this was in response to, in the last episode, you said that you hated when people didn't put in effort, which I'm like, hey, call me out. But I think this was in response to that. Let me start out by saying I've had one good Halloween costume in my 31 years on this earth. I'll set the scene. It's 2013. I'm in college, lots of heavy drinking, and a flair for the dramatics. I'm dating a guy who's 7 years older than me, and we're having a Halloween party at this house where I'm meeting his friends for the first time. Okay, in my initial reading of this, I didn't read that she's meeting the friends for the first time, and she's also 7 years younger. Okay, and she's in college, so the maturity level. Okay, I got it.
Oh my God. Okay, yeah.
Okay. I make the obvious choice of going as Tobias Funk from Arrested Development, which I never watched.
Mm-hmm, Tobias, yeah.
Okay, so you got it. Mm-hmm. My costume was pretty spot on. Bald head cap, full mustache, jean, never nude shorts, and fake Birkenstocks with socks. Did you watch that show?
I watched the first season. Tobias, I think, is the character who the daughter's like husband in it.
Okay.
You know the actor.
Okay.
You know the actor.
Okay, gotcha. Never seen the show. I should watch it though. Okay, so I was just thrilled with how it turned out. I'd never put much thought into Halloween, but this year was my year to shine. Anyway, the party commences, and I've shotgunned a few PBRs, and then it happens. Timber by Pitbull featuring Kesha comes on. My body starts convulsing, and I am breaking it down in the living room. Arms flailing, ass shaking, legs kicking, then a sensation. My fake Birkenstock was not on my foot. Where was it? I look up and it's flying across the room. I watch it in slow motion as it makes direct contact with a girl's face. Blood everywhere.
No.
She's screaming. I'm trying to apologize to a girl I've never met before as I'm dressed like Tobias Funk. Chaos ensues, but luckily I've blacked out most of the details. But what I do know is that my boyfriend rushes her to the ER. She gets stitches while I cry myself to sleep in my bald cap with snot running down my thick black mustache. For whatever reason, they kept me around for a few years after that. It's admittedly not even the top 10 most embarrassing moments of my life, but 'tis the season. I haven't put an ounce of effort into a costume since. Thank you to the listener that sent that in. Wow, that is terrifyingly embarrassing, but it's good that they like kept her around after that, because it's like, can you imagine if they broke up right after that? That was one of her boyfriend's friends, and they're 7 years older. So, yeah, they would have been like our age, and
they would have been like almost like 30 in that.
That's embarrassing for you. I'm sorry. That is a scary story.
I love that it was to Timber too. It's going down.
Really paints.
I'm getting timber.
Really paints the scene of the time.
Yeah, seriously though, I've never injured anybody at a party like that, but I have injured myself at parties. And listen, when alcohol is flowing, choices are made poorly, and all is forgiven. Is there a scar though? Is there a scar?
That's a really good question. I actually have. I don't know if I've ever told you this, but if you look at the top of my tooth here, yeah, it's like chipped a little. Mm-hmm. Have you ever noticed that?
No, you told me about this though.
Oh, so no, this wasn't a Halloween party, but my old roommate and I we lived next door to a frat house in college, and we went over to one of their parties, and they would like let us in for free because we wouldn't drink their shitty alcohol. We would just bring our own. And I did threaten to call the cops on them if they didn't let me in for free, because I was not paying. They make guys pay. It's fucking stupid. Anyway, I'm in the basement with my friend, and she's really short, and she shoves a girl. The girl turns around and goes to like hit her, misses her. My friend ducks, and I'm drinking a 40. So my mouth is up like this, and the bottle hits me in the face and chips my little tooth. I lucked out that I didn't like lose a tooth, but it's like in a sensitive area because it's like my gum line.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Did you bleed?
I did. I bled.
That not sucks. Where's that girl now?
Good question. She's probably in cabin 6.
Oh my God, you're right. We did choose to enroll her this year because guess what? At Camp Shady Birch, we choose to forgive and to forget. No, I'm sorry. We have to finish that. Let me say it back. We will forgive, we won't forget, but we will dead the issue. And that is what we do here at Camp Shady Birch. So,
but if you are the issue, I will dead the issue. So if you find a little honeycomb, it's a mystery how that happened.
Oops.
We love you, campers.
We love you so much, campers. Happy Halloween, everybody. Stay safe. Check your candy and give everybody a kiss.
Yeah, maybe not everybody, but...
All right, everybody. Lights out, campers.